What's going on, guys? Gonna be playing some Pokemon TCG Live today with my Elemental Monkey deck. If you haven't seen the Elemental Monkeys before, it'll have the ability Monkey Trio that says if you have Simisage, Simisear, and Simipour in play, ignore all colorless energy in the cost of attacks used by this Pokemon. So you have Simipour who can attack for a single water energy, you got the Simisear who can attack for a single fire, and then the Simisage who can attack for a single grass energy. Now, these cards aren't new, they came out in Paradox Rift, I think is what it is. And their attacks are all not terrible. Actually, the fire one is pretty decent. It does 190 damage for a fire energy, and it's a stage 1. It does 30 damage to itself, but 190 with the Brave Bangle, you're hitting 220. You're a fire type, you're hitting steel types for weakness, or metal types for weakness. Even the grass guy, you know, hitting dark types for weakness, quite a few of them, and it basically has a built-in Ogerpon type of effect to its attack during our opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon that have an ability. So Cornerstone Ogerpon has the ability that makes it unaffected by damage or something by guys with abilities. This guy's attack does that, which is pretty cool, and it's a grass attacker, like I already mentioned. And then the water guy is probably the worst of them, but we need to have it in play in order to be able to attack for free. It can do 50 for a water, and then it does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I think the most relevant thing is it can maybe put things in range of the Heat Tackle, or if you're able to spam this, I guess you could get some knockouts. But I haven't used these cards yet, and I honestly spent way too long playing around with them today. I'll put the full deck list up on the screen so you can see it. We'll go over it and then we'll hop into the games. But just using these cards today because it sounded really fun. I've not tried the Elemental Monkey kind of like deck that you can use with the whole Monkey Trio ability that they all have. So this is my attempt at trying to make it work with all the new cards that have come out since they've been released. I'm going with the Precious Trolley build, as you can see for the A spec. I want to mention using this instead of Hyper Aroma. I really thought Hyper Aroma would feel great, but it didn't. Mainly because we weren't able to get out all of the basic Pokemon to begin with. So even when you have access to the Hyper Aroma, you wouldn't have all of your guys down yet to evolve up and be able to threaten like maybe a turn 2 attack. So with this build, with going with the Precious Trolley, we're planning on going second. We have 4 Pokégears, 4 Arvens, and we're going to try and find the Precious Trolley, get down all of our guys, and we're going to TM Evo, so we'll have 2 of our 3 evolutions out. Basically setting up as much as we possibly can. We just need 1 more evolution and an energy for the following turn to be able to get the turn 2 attack. Also, if we go with the Hyper Aroma, I was going first, which sounds good because then, you know, we could attack as soon as we possibly could, but then our opponent gets to go second. Then they can item lock us and we can't play the Hyper Aroma. I think there's a lot of other things that can go wrong if we're not going second ourselves, and advantages that we have if we go second versus if we let our opponent go second. So that's why we're going the Precious Trolley versus Hyper Aroma. But maybe the Hyper Aroma would be better. It also does free up a lot of space. We don't have to play Poffins or Nest Balls and stuff like that. And Ultra Balling for 3 stage 1 guys just kind of sucks. So basically not playing Ultra Balls was on the table. Either way, we're going with TM Evo or Hyper Aroma. We don't want to spam Ultra Balls because we have to get out so many of these guys. But yeah, that's the idea. It's pretty similar to like a Feraligatr build. Let's go over it and we'll hop into the game. So because we need to have 1 of each of these out, we're going with a 3-3, 3-3, 3-3 line. And we have no other Pokemon, and that's because if you get this guy knocked out, you can't attack for free. And of course you could use Reversal Energy, or you could use like Ignition Energy, but I want to be able to attack for free. That's the thing I'm most excited about. So the plan is to have 2 of each of them down at all times. That does open us up to like Dusknoir sniping, you know, 1 and then them KOing the active, and then we get rid of, you know, we lose both of our 1 type, or some like Wellspring Ogerpon. But to be honest, this deck kind of sucks. So yeah, that's going to be a problem. I guess you could put in some other things they could put in here would be like Pheasantipity, Blood Moon, or Saluna EX. To be able to have a, you know, attacker that can attack for free. The special energies, like I was saying, but keep in mind you can't use Reversal with Luminous, and this guy needs 4 energies, and you can't use Luminous with Ignition Energy either, and this guy would need to have the Ignition Energy plus a fire then. So I don't know, there's like lots of different things. If you were to mess around with it more, you could probably make some more changes, but literally that's it for the Pokemon. Then we have the Precious Trolley, and then for more Pokemon search, like very minimum, we have the Buddy Poffin, the 1 Ultra Ball, and the 2 Artisan. Speaking on the stadiums real quick, I thought this stadium would be fantastic, and I think it is probably like the best stadium you want to play because it protects your guys on the bench from Dusknoir and Dragapult and Munkidori spreading damage to your bench guys. But you really need to have this in your deck because you have to have the constant access to your guys. If you don't have this, you have to have more Pokemon searching cards and playing the trolley. We don't want to play all that many, and this just kind of space is tight. So we have Artisan, we have one Battle Cage. I cut a tool to fit the Battle Cage, so we didn't really lose out on the Pokemon search. So Artisan, but Battle Cage I think sounds really good. Then for the other trainers, we have 3 Counter Catcher. We're going behind 100%. Earthen Vessel to find the energies off of Arven, 2 Night Stretcher for item recovery, and the 4 Pokégear to find our Arvens or other supporters after the first turn. And then we have the 2 Artisan and the 1 Battle Cage. Then for the supporters, we have the 4 Arven, 4 Lilies, 3 Iono, and then the 2 Lanas. I think Lily's the best supporter besides for the Arven. We can draw up to 8, and unless our opponent Dusknoirs us right away, we should be able to do that because we're not going to be taking a prize right away. Then we have the 3 Iono, and then the 2 Lana's Aid, which doesn't recover our special energy, but does recover the 2 Pokemon, and we have a energy of every type and a couple more fires because the fire guy's pretty nice to attack with, so it can get back pretty much one of everything we might need. Then for the tools, we have 1 Brave Bangle, 1 Crisis Punch, and then the 2 TM Evo. This card is pretty cool, and I've been able to use it pretty much every game that I've not forfeited because I've gotten tilted. You can attack for free once you have all the all the elemental monkeys out. So you can use Crisis Punch without any energies, and being a fire, grass, or water guy, you can even hit for weakness sometimes. So 280 damage with weakness, you're one-shotting everything. 280 damage though, anyways, is still just not bad. So it's your late game attack, and the thing is though, you're not gonna be able to like use this multiple times because you can only use it when your opponent has 1 prize card remaining, exactly 1. And that means they just have to knock out 1 more monkey and you lose. So just having 1 of this, and it has won me several games, and or just put my opponent in a position where maybe they don't have another attacker and we just knock them out of nowhere and they're like, what? So it's pretty fun. And then the TM Evo to evolve up our guys, the Brave Bangle. I cut 1 of these for the Battle Cage. And then for the energies, we have 4 Luminous, and then 3 Fires, and then 1 of each of the others. That's the deck. Hopefully we can, do something with it. It's a lot of fun. I think you could try some other things with it, like I mentioned, but yeah, let's hop into games. Here we go. Get into our first one. I've had some decent games, but I have forfeited quite a few of them. Thankfully, the more I lost, the more I didn't run into Dragapult. So hopefully we don't run into Dragapult. Haven't seen Gardevoir at all. That's a positive. Mostly seen, I've seen a decent amount of Kangaskhan decks, which are also not very fun. Any deck with Munkidori isn't very fun. What else? All right, this hand is, well, are we going first or second? They're going first. All right, if we could find Arven off of that. And it looks like we hit Gardevoir. All right, well, let's see how this goes. Yeah. But yeah, I've hit pretty much nothing has seemed like a good matchup. Actually, I did run into, I think, a grass deck or 2, and those weren't too bad because we can hit them for weakness. I forgot to say that. I think that our fire guy can hit the steels or metals and the fire, and the grass guys for weakness. Water guy being able to hit fire types for weakness doesn't really matter. And then the grass guy, of course, hitting the fighting or some of the fighting and some of the darks for weakness is pretty good. Okay, they have 4 routes down. Okay. They benched a Clefairy. That's cool for us. Well, we actually have all the guys. And they all have the call for family attacks. So we can get a second green guy. I'm gonna be calling them by their colors because that's gonna help me to keep track. Also, sometimes I get mixed up, and I'm mentioning it just so if you do actually play this, make sure you have the stage 1s out because sometimes it's hard to tell if they're actually evolved or not. All right, let's see. Arven. Oh, I should have checked to see if the purple card was in the deck. And it is. Nice. All right, we have the Poffin. We have 2 counter catchers prized. We have our vessel. And a good amount of other things. Seems good. And I think we'll keep this fire guy in our hands. Just kidding, we're gonna need to bench another one. Yeah. And we will do this. Hopefully they don't have our Candy Gardevoir or something like that. And we'll evolve up green and red. Kind of stinks that we don't have another energy in our hand. And this guy is evolved, not this one, so we can't attack with this guy. Funny enough, they don't have room for Monkey. So if we could just spam attack with Simisage, I guess we would wall them, hypothetically. But it looks like they're gonna go rare Candy Gardevoir here, I don't know. Maybe they could get a Curlia and get 3 Pokemon. That's like that would be decent. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be decent. Good for them. Nice. And then we can just start going for Simipour. Oh, they just retreated though, and they didn't do it. And we drew that. I don't remember if the Ultra Ball's in the deck. It is. We have nothing this way, though. That might be fine. And we just started attacking with the Pansage. I mean, they're going to attack with Drifloon then, right? So maybe instead I just start attacking with Simipour. Because they don't have room for Monkey Dory, we can spread a bunch of damage. So maybe instead I get a Pokégear and we get the Brave Bangle. I think let's attack with this guy. I think it kind of makes sense. Yeah. It'd be really nice if we had an aggressive gusting card like a boss. I was thinking Iron Bundle would be kind of cool in here because you get to remove it from your bench. But obviously you want to set up a bunch of stage 1. So the only time you'd be able to use it is like before you set the second one of each of the guys down. But yeah, it'd be kind of nice if we could go around stuff, but I think spreading the damage could put them in an awkward spot though, because this puts 2 damage counters. So if they need a Bravery Charm this in order to put the damage counters, or in order to accelerate energies to it. Okay, I didn't expect that. Nothing will be able to damage this if we can get the attack off though. And then we just play that. Let's see. Can we get another Water Boy? No. All right, we prized our 3rd Water Boy. And we have a Night Stretcher. We just need a grass. And we don't have our grass in the deck, or it's been used already. Yeah. Okay, so we need the vessel. Okay. All right, so Lana's Aid might be fine here then. Yeah, put him in an awkward spot, I think, too. We'll grab the green, blue, and water. No, we need the water guy. Okay. Evolve that guy. We don't 2-hit KO. Do we use our Brave Bangle now? 230. We could do the Brave Bangle next turn and still knock them out. And I think we just do this. Hopefully they Iono us. And the only thing they can attack us with is Drifloon. Who needs Bravery Charm? Otherwise it dies. Or, yeah, no. I guess they could attach. They could attach to it and... Yep, there it is. All right. Well, it comes down to our top deck, I guess. I think we kind of like, things don't seem too bad because they benched 4 routes. Which I think Gardevoir usually in place 3 anyways. And the Clefairy being down is pretty good for us, although... Yeah, Clefairy or Mew we would have still walled. Alright, what do we want off the top? Lana? A supporter? Not Arven, actually. Maybe I should have went for a different supporter last turn because I knew our hand was dead. Okay. Well, we can promote... I think we have a green guy in the deck still, so I think we could promote the green guy. Okay. That's pretty good. I think we played this just so we get it out of the deck. We'll grab a green guy. And we need to find a lot of other things, but it's possible. All right, we didn't find it. We whiffed the green guy. We have it for next turn. We'll just do this. And I think it's fine to do that. Just get the fire on him. It belongs on the red ones. And then we can go Lana's Aid, Luminous, KO Drifloon. Or we could do Arven, but Lana's Aid would get back. Little grass guy, big grass guy, and grass energy. Are we down any stretchers? No. This will be both of our Lana's Aid though. I kind of want like a Super Rod. Or a third Lana's Aid, but the 2 Night Stretchers is also equally nice. Alright, they're just going to KO the Simisear that I loaded up real nice for them. That's fine. I think. Maybe they even save the Drifloon, I guess. Oh, they don't. All right, cool. Okay. I'm sure they have Screamtail too, so even if I do set this thing up, they can just go around it. We want to KO the Drifloon, so we don't want to counter catch her. I'm pretty sure there's no more red guys in the deck. Yeah. All right. Lana's Aid, green guy, green, red. I mean, do we need the green energy? I don't think we really do. So we could, I think that's fine. I think it is fine because we have the 2 in hands. And we're not attacking with anybody else. I don't know. I was thinking we don't maybe need energy because we have 2 in hands, but at the same time, we don't need any of the other Pokemon. We already have the other red. I don't know. I think we do this so maybe they have a hard time finding another attacker. And we have no other Pokemon in our deck anyways. Which does kind of make the Artisans feel a little bit weaker once, you know, you've got everything out. Okay. And they played a boss already, right? Okay. Can they confuse us? That's what they can do, right? Also, they played the Luminous instead of just like Darks. I wonder... I could see it. I guess it could be either or, but can't recover it with Night Stretcher or Super Rod. Can a Kirlia attack? Psy shots. That's not very good. If we can KO Clefairy, KO Gardevoir, then we just have to KO one little guy? Alright, that's cool. They put it on the bench, so they just removed it instead of putting it on Simisage. I think we even, literally, if we just hit, if we KO Kirlia, we could maybe just attack back to back with, we don't have to just keep attacking with this, because we can get 2 prizes. After that, like we could KO this right now with a counter catcher. And then, well, this guy, they can heal it. Maybe it'd be better if I waited a turn. Like I could counter catcher, but if I waited a turn, would that let them get a 2 prize turn? I don't think so. I think I do hit into this. Next turn, then we'll take a knockout on something else. Then this won't be able to get out of range of our Crisis Punch, and this won't be able to get out of range of our Simisear. So then we can just put that there, and yeah, then we just go for the arm thrust needle. Oh shit, okay. I didn't expect the big one. So we actually need our counter catchers to gust around that. Crap, that guy doesn't have an ability to. All right, maybe I should have just KO'd the Kirlia. I mean, no, it's probably not going to be in range of Monkey Dory. Or it's probably not going to be in... Maybe it'll eventually be in range of Crisis Punch. I think we kind of need it to be. But I don't think it is going to be. Yeah, I think we lose now because I can't get a knockout. And they are getting a prize this turn. Excuse me. So like I can take a knockout on this and this. Actually, no, I won't be able to kill. No, okay. We would be able to kill this with a Crisis Punch. We could kill this with Simisear. But because they're getting a prize this turn, we lose. So I think we just go next. I should have, I guess, KO'd the Kirlia. And maybe because they were playing like the Mystery Garden and like Luminous Energy, I should have known they were playing Mega Gardevoir. I don't know if we saw that sooner, but yeah. Let's get another one. Well, that feels bad. I could have counter-catchered KO the Corellia. I guess I still could have gotten a rare candy. I don't know if we saw that or not, if they had rare candies, but then eventually that Gardevoir was not going to be in range if they moved the 30 damage. I don't know, maybe they wouldn't have because they didn't expect us to be able to hit for 280. So maybe I should have. And of course we could have always stalled with a Simisage later on, but they should have been able to Scream Tail around it as soon as we gave them bench space, so. All right, Mulligan, we have 9 basics. Thankfully just 1. Okay. It's not too bad. They're going first. Opening the Pokégear, are we seriously against another Gardevoir? Opening the Pokégear is nice because we can thin. But it also makes a trolley feel like less like crazy good. But I'd give us better odds to hit off of the Pokégear. All right, it's Terra Box, which is horrible. Maybe it's Raging Bolt. Hopefully it's Raging Bolt. We need a lot of stuff on our bench now because this Rotom's going to be able to start attacking. And it's a single prizer, which is annoying. All right, Eevee, Raging Bolt, Terra Box, Charizard, randomly. Okay. I don't think you can use that more than once per turn, so that's pretty good for us. You already know we're leaving in every win we get. That was a win. We're taking it. That is a forfeit I would have made myself. And I did forfeit. What did I do earlier? Oh yeah, I mentioned already mixing up if the guys were evolved because they look the same before they evolve or not. So I thought like I had the evolved Simi on the bench and it wasn't, and then I couldn't attack. I believe I forfeited at least once doing that. All right, they go first. That means we can trolley. Okay. We just need to find the trolley off this, or Arven off this. All right, this isn't looking good. It's Kangaskhan, and they definitely have Cornerstone. But if they bench enough stuff, we can go around it. But they also play Monkey Dories, and I guess Jet Energies, but they play Latias anyways, so. Yeah. Hopefully they bench a lot of crap. Bunch of EXs. Nice, there's Arven. Our Simisage is immune to this once we hit, but they can heal off almost all the damage and move it to our Simisage. Come on, get something besides Monkey Dory. Get a big guy. Latias. Fuck. All right. Are they playing just a tank deck? Because if it is, we have no shot at winning. If they're also playing like energy removal and that, I guess if they're just playing monkeys, we could try and snipe them all. Surely trolley's in here. There it is. And we'll grab that. And yeah, our board looks pretty good that way. We have all of our counter catchers. Is our stretcher in our hands? Nice. 3, 1, 1 blue. 1 big blue. Prized a red. A big red. We prized. No, we have low green. Okay. 1 battle cage. We only play 1, so that would make sense. All right, we want a red, we want 2 greens, and we want 2 blues. Get intimidated. And we have this guy in the active spot who's ideal, and we have the red one in our hand. All right. Let's evolve up a green and a blue. green, blue. And we do 2-hit KO. No, we don't. And that's if they don't get out the Bouffalons, we 2-hit KO. But otherwise, we do not. We get hit for 210 or 220. 190 times 2 actually 2-hit KOs, right? But they're going to get Trolley. I guess the positive side, they're not playing Crispin and they can't play Turbo Energize. But they're getting out all of their Bouffalons and a bunch of Monkey Dories. And we can't Gust until they take a knockout themselves. I wonder if they read this. Hopefully they didn't. Hopefully they get down not Monkey Dories. All right. Also kind of sucks we can't hit Cornerstone with any of our guys. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. So yeah, we have to Gust around this. And if they don't take a knockout, like, we can't Gust. All right. Okay, we got that. Got that. We'll play that. We're gonna go big dam strat. Let's bump their stadium too. And let's get this going. Okay. Not a problem. Huge dam. Huge dam. I mean, we want him to take knockouts, so I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Bangle on it yet. Also, they don't have a Latias down. I'm guessing they're just going to Turo or Brave, what is it, Penny this next turn. Oh wait, they can play Jet. They probably have a, they put the Psychic on it, so never mind. All right, yeah, maybe a Penny's coming. We did see the Jet though on their mulligan, I think. Mulligan. 3 mulligans, yeah. Well. Okay. Our fire guy is the guy we want to attack with because we could also counter catcher KO monkeys and stuff like that. I would like to find a stadium. Lilies are better than Iono, but they have a bigger hand. I don't know. Maybe we shrink it. Maybe they don't have Penny then. Let's do that. All right. Still nothing. That's okay, though. Hopefully they can't move, and we just got a knockout. Well, the next turn. And then hopefully we don't lose by the time we can attack again because they're going to promote this and wall us. No Penny. No Penny. Fuck. Well, they're going to kill us. I mean, do we play this out? We can't do anything. I was thinking about putting one of the other Simisages in play. There's a Simisage that doesn't have an ability that does 70 for 2 energies, but it's kind of horrible. So yeah, there's that. Maybe we go counter catcher and then we're gonna spread damage. Oh yeah. Yeah, this will show them. I'm gonna do that. I don't know if we want to give them the stadium. And we can get down, grab out our other little guy. I think we want Iono still, maybe. All right, I guess maybe we do this. Let's thin out a red guy. How many Ionos do we have? We have one. Well, we'll get it for sure. Easy. And then I mean, we don't really need to do anything else. Yeah. All right, spreading that dam. Maybe they are completely bricked. Like no dark energies. Okay, they're getting Latias. They're not getting Latias. I mean, we need them to bench one more guy, even if we do KO the monkeys and the Bouffalons. We need them to bench an EX. All right, that lets them move this. I think we just go next. I don't think we just fuck around with this Cornerstone all day. Man, why did they give Cornerstone a shred attack? It's got the stupid ability and it's got a shred attack. Like, if they didn't have that, we could have at least spammed our grass guy. And then maybe they couldn't do damage and maybe we'd win by deck out. You know? I don't know. I think forfeiting was the right call though. We can't damage Cornerstone. They can shred through our basically Cornerstone-like ability or attack a secondary effect or whatever. Wow. Excuse me. All right, we have all of them. Well, I think we start with the green guy because maybe we can attack with him. We have the evolution. Nice, a mulligan. Oh, a bunch of mulligans, and it's Charizard, and the green guy hits them for weakness and walls them. So that's pretty good. Let's see if they have the ghosts. We got a supporter now. Let's freaking go. And they're going first. Even better. They're starting Fez. You're dead. Well, they'll die easy-ish. This is looking good. They're attaching to that. They have nothing. Just kidding. They have Buddy Poffin. I don't know why they attached to that. But we'll take it. Excuse me. All right. Well, let's see. There's the cage. Boom. 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 I like all these evolutions. And we could not find a TM Evo. So I think we hold on to everything. I don't even think we play the Vessel. But then we can get another guy out. Okay. I don't know if we'll need Counter Catcher. We may not need Battle Cage either, though. Battle Cage doesn't do a whole lot most of the time. Against, like, not decks that don't spam the Monkey Dories. So I think we just do that, I guess. Get a grass and a fire. And then we'll get another grass guy. And we prized 2 of our grass evolutions. Right? Oh no, just 1, sorry. Okay. Then we prized 1 red one. 1 baby red one. We have our other counter catcher. We have the trolley. We have the team evos. We have artisans, energies. We have our Night Stretcher. Okay. Yeah, I think this is good. But yeah, this prevents old damage encounters from being placed on benched Pokemon by effects of attack. So we're not playing Dragapult that we can see. All right, there's Rare Candy Charizard. That is unfortunate. Maybe we go Counter Catcher and hope we find a red evolution. And then we can Counter Catcher knock out Fez. Damn it. Ah. All right. All right, this isn't looking good. We're going to have to TM Evo probably. So we'll promote a water one. Lillie. And that's also annoying. Now they're not in range of our guy. We can still Crisis Punch them, which is in the deck. Crisis Punch would let us one-shot Charizard too. I don't know why they're loading this thing up. It doesn't do anything. Everything is walled by our grass guy. Except for Fez. Fez can go around it. All right, Water Boy. I think we can just Lillie. Because we do want more basics down, so I guess maybe we do Arven. And I'm not going to play the trolley. Maybe they won't know what our ace spec is then. And we'll get a green and red. And we'll grab Bangle. Honestly, I think we just grab this because we're not going to use the Bangle. So I'd rather have this and maybe we end up needing it. We get a green and a red. All right, so here we go. We're back, baby. Do a red and a green. Because they're the better attackers, definitely. Then we have 2 of our 3 out. And we haven't seen any ghosts, so it's possible this thing just wins. There's definitely no way they can take 5 prizes by just gusting around us. Sick. They could be playing the other Charizard though. That is something I forgot about, and then it came up where they just knocked us out with or evolved into, you know, Mega Charizard X, who doesn't have an ability. Okay. Another red. Let's see, is the other blue guy in here? Perfect. Do we just play this just because? Yeah, if we whiff. I don't remember if Ultra Ball's in the deck. Maybe I should have actually held that and just hoped to find the Ultra Ball. Thankfully, we found it. Thank God. All right. Counter Catcher KO Pidgey seems decent. We do give them Fez and free up their bench space, but not giving them Pidgey out seems good. They can't attack though. I think we do just do this. I don't know, we're giving them Fez, but now we're taking away Pidgeot. And we're still behind. This guy says, during opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon that have an ability. So it doesn't have to be, you know, it's not like we're just preventing the whoever was in the active. Okay, what are they getting with that? What the hell? All right, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Well, that's scary. All right, I think we got this. Unless they see that they need to load up Fez, I think we're good. Maybe they still have the Charizard X though. That could be tricky actually still. What supporter do we play this next turn? We'll do that. I don't even know if we want to put down another Pansage because they could just gust knock it out, but could just put the water on the water guy so we have a pivot. Hold the Lana. I like Arven to be able to get us counter catcher though. I think we'd like our hands. I think we'll just hold the water in case they like try and stall or something. Then we can Arven for counter catcher, attach water, retreat. I don't know. But it's looking like we're going ahead, so that's pretty good. Okay, there's the Iono. Hey, there's another Simisage. We got an Energy and a Lana. It's pretty good. Yeah. And this guy can do a decent amount of damage actually. Well, we'll take it out and go to even. I think we do just do that. But I don't know if we play the energies. Yeah, I think we just knock this thing out. I don't know, I was thinking we could Lillie, but I don't really want to play the energies yet. And then we may not have an energy. I don't know. And it's just gusting targets. You know, they can chase down the guys who we put the energies on. And if they eventually get around this thing, then we're screwed. It looks like they are going to get around it right now. You can't use more than one Fez per turn. That's why it's, you don't need to have, you know, the both of them down. Okay. We could go for a Lana or a Wellspring. We could go for the Simipour attack, knock them out with weakness, put these in range of stuff, but then they'll just knock us out with Charizard. Or will they? They actually don't have Charizard. You know what? We're gonna hit with this. And we KO this. And this thing can't KO us. And then we can retreat if we want. This thing being able to spread for 50 is kind of annoying. Spread for 30. All right, I'm pretty sure we have to Lana. And we'll do that. I don't think we need the energy. How many Luminous are we down? 2. Okay, I think we actually do grab it. And then we'll do this. We're not hitting Charizard, but this Pidgey's gonna die. And then we just have to knock out the Mew. I guess now if they play Monkey Dory, it could get hairy because they can attack with this twice. Because they're gonna attack with it. Now we're gonna hopefully attack and knock out the Pidgey. I mean, worst case, we just have to retreat into Simisear, knock this thing out. Which is, yeah, what we're going to do because they have the Rare Candy thing. But now this guy's in range. Simisear too. Yeah, I think we can just retreat, attack with Simisear and Iono. I mean, then they're going to get Rare Candy Pidgeot, though. Or then they're going to get Fez and Pidgeot. Even after we Iono them to 3. They'll probably get Rare Candy Charizard still. They'll have 2 turns to look for the Crisis Punch to KO the Charizard. Oh. Okay, they're gonna KO Simisage, or Simisear, I'm guessing. I don't think they can, oh no, they can KO Simisage, my bad. All right, we get to keep the energy on our guy. Oh, shoot. They're walling us now. Status effects, prevent all damage. Oh, shoot. So I guess I just have to go around, or I have to just hit with this. Okay. I don't think there's any way they can kill this. Maybe a Charmeleon could. Our other Lana or... Oh, and we have... what's it called? Night Stretchers. If we could find a counter catcher that we could just KO the Charizard. I don't know if we really need to do that, though. We counter catcher KO this. Don't want that. I kind of want to just get the other grass guy. So let's see if we find Lana. All right, no Lana. All right, so I think we Iono. We're not KOing them. Okay, we have Lana for next turn. I think this is fine. And they're still powering up not Fez. What are they getting? A supporter? Okay, that makes sense. I don't love it, but makes sense. Oh, if they KO themselves, that would have been pretty cool. All right, and we have to attack with this and hope they don't have another gust. Yeah. might as well just grab things, but I don't think there's anything in here actually. Yeah, so I probably didn't need to do that, but that's fine. Grab a... Honestly, we don't need any of these. We just need the energies. But there is none, so I guess we'll grab, just in case, we'll grab that. All right, let's see. Do they have another guest? They bossed twice, and we're tied now, so it needs to be a boss. We can Crisis Punch, even though we're tied. I think we maybe put an Arven at the bottom of the deck, so it was fine. I think that we shuffled it, but Iono. Yeah, we can't see the cards. All right, fire. No boss. No boss. No boss. No boss. God! Ah, that sucks. Damn. Did I get punished for not KOing the Mew? I think I kind of did. I should have just attacked with the Simisear, KO'd the Mew that turn, right? Well, I think we're going to call it with that one, unfortunately. Not the best showing, but not the best deck. Keep that in mind. Also, I don't think it made a difference. It was actually not the Mew. It was the Charmander that they were attacking with to KO this thing. So that's why I promoted this and attacked with this. And I believe the last 3 turns, because Mew couldn't even KO this with the copy attack. So they bossed, I believe, the last 3 turns. And they got rare Candy Pidgeot even after we gusted to KO their Pidgey, right? Didn't we do that at one point? Or their Pidgeotto, we did. So yeah, they just had boss the last 3 turns. So I guess if we could have prevented the second Pidgey from becoming a Pidgeot, but I don't know. It's pretty close. And the deck's a lot of fun, but it is not very good, which also makes it frustrating. I think there's lots of little things though that you could maybe do better, and probably maybe playing more Pokemon, not just the Simis, but I kind of wanted to go with the pure, trying to get the free attacks. So if you're trying to do that, I think you pretty much just want to have 2 of each on the board, but because there isn't a way to cheat them out, you have to evolve them. So yeah, that's the deck, and that's what we're going to call it just for time's sake, and I'm tired and tilted, but yeah, I appreciate you hanging out. We were just trying out. There'll be a deck list to copy and paste in the description, but hope you have a good rest of your day. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.